Chris Salvador here, and I just want to say, fuck you, Comcast. Even though I am using your service right now to upload this video, I just like to say, fuck you, Comcast, because you ruined Rocky for me. Now, I love the Rocky series. I don't own it yet on DVD, but of course, like everybody else, who doesn't love the Rocky 1 through 6 and love this? Now, unfortunately, I have not yet purchased a Blu-ray player. Unfortunately, I have yet to watch the entire Rocky franchise on DVD. So like many of you, if you haven't seen it on DVD, you've seen it in reruns or television format. And technically, if you watch it with commercials, or you kind of give up, liberties, they take things out, whatever. But what they've done is essentially on demand. I think this month they've played Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Rocky 5. You can Impact. Well, Impact, let me just say, you made an impact on me. You pissed me the fuck off, because I've never ever sat down to watch the entirety of Rocky 1. And I think part 3, 4, and not all of 5, and some of 6, I haven't really sat down and watched them. I know them, but I never was able to just sit down and just watch the whole thing. Well, today I decided I was going to, it is July 2nd, 2009 at 1:48 in the morning, so I guess around July 1st. I decided I was going to click on demand watch Rocky 1, and boy, what a great movie. I was blown away. The first half, and I'm going to tell you where Comcast fucked me right now and screwed me over. What they decided to do was show me this amazing film that I had never even, wow, this is Rocky 1. This simple tale of this guy who's a bum, who doesn't have, is essentially a loan shark. You all know the story if you own a DVD. And it's so different than the other Rockies and all that. And I was so blown away and loving the storytelling and everything. And I'm loving it. And I'm watching Rocky 1. And then, it was the first time I was watching it. But then, being me, being a virgin to this experience, something happened. The Comcast, the Impact On Demand version, they decided to be, and this really pissed me the fuck off, is that there's a moment where Rocky's in the office, he gets called in, and they tell him, Apollo Creed wants you, and then the camera pulls in, and it's, Rocky thinking about his shot, and then they fuck you over. On Demand decides to fuck you over and say, you're a fucking idiot. And go, guess what? We're going to tack on Rocky 2 into Rocky 1, and we're going to combine them for the Rocky remix, which I think is horrible. Because now it totally is not in continuity. Because what it decides to do is go from Rocky in that office to Rocky 2 coming home to feed turtles with Adrian, who's pregnant, and just that, the ending of Rocky 2. And I was watching it, you're confused, because you're like, wait a second, they're talking about how he already fought him one time, and it's kind of like Lost. It just did a skip forward, that it's like, it pissed me off, because I knew what they did. They tried to be cute and clever, and just tack on Rocky 2, the happy ending where Rocky wins the rematch, and put it into Rocky 1 and go, well, it's like, we got to combine. It's kind of like when they put peanut butter and jelly in the same jar, and you're like, yeah, it's great, right? No. No one's going to care. I care. It pissed me the fuck off, because it was the first time I was watching Rocky 1 on demand, and then it was even being billed as Rocky 1. Like, as you click it, and it keeps saying Rocky 1. It doesn't say anything about Rocky 2. Now, the only thing I can surmise is to say, well, since it was free, and maybe the rights or some shit didn't go through, that the only way we could do this was show a little bit of the first half of Rocky 1, and then kind of like show the ending of Rocky 2, or they thought, you know what, I just don't think that's cool, I want to kind of do my own edit where you watch Rocky 1 and he wins for the first time. I'm sorry to say this, but I don't like it. I didn't like it. It was ruined. I think that legal action should be taken against these people. I think you should go after people who bill something as Rocky 1, and then just throw in Rocky 2. That's like watching Fellowship of the Ring, and you just kind of edit and say, for no reason, at the end of Fellowship, when they're returning on the heading out, and it's about to end, you just cut to Frodo and him going up to the mountain in Return of the King, and they destroy the ring, and you saw all of Lord of the Rings. You leave it a little longer, and then you just skip 2 towers, and then Frodo and him are, I'll carry you, and in the end, and you're like, what? I'm missing something. Like, I knew, never having seen the first Rocky in its entirety, even I knew that this doesn't work. And having known that the knowledge that, there are 2, the first Rocky he loses, and then the second Rocky he wins. So you were just like, why the fuck did they do that? It's really bad. And if anybody, Impact, whoever, the Comcast, I just gotta say fuck you, because that's not right. You shouldn't be able to go in and just because you bought the film and you have the rights to air it, you shouldn't have the right to fuck over someone's experience, because you did. You just ruined my experience. But imagine someone who didn't catch that. They would watch that Rocky on demand for the first time, thinking that was Rocky, not knowing, holy shit, they just did some edit thing, and it's like, what the fuck? Why is there Rocky 1 and Rocky 2? Why? So that's interesting. That I think I should, if you're a fan, I want Any Cool News, Harry Knowles, anybody out there to please take this message and realize that they shouldn't do that, and that you shouldn't allow that to be done, because for whatever reason, because you are airing it as Rocky, and that's not Rocky. Even I know, and I haven't even watched Rocky in its entirety, and I was trying to watch it, and it was terrible, and I'm sorry, and I just have to say, fuck you, do not do that. Sorry. And if you guys aren't cool, that Rocky fans, whatever, I think someone should speak up and do something, because they could do this to any property, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, The Matrix. Anybody could just go in and start editing. And even though it said it was formatted, that doesn't. So format is just widescreen, full screen, and maybe editing for time. But this is on demand. There are no commercials, and it's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. It was bad, and I hated it. So thank you for ruining Rocky.